Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and all the brothers pushing this work in sincerity and in truth. This is Brother Tamayan from GMS Toronto coming at you with another video. So, what you see on the screen here is what Esau Edom has in his court system, right? It's This is supposed to be a representation of justice, right, in this society, which is a woman with her eyes closed and with a pair of balances. The balance, the scales that you see here, it's supposed to tip. It's supposed to represent justice, right, or judgment, right, for any wrongdoings in a society. But in this society, everything is flawed. The system is flawed. The justice system is flawed. The judgment is flawed. And this is not a perfect representation of what justice or judgment is supposed to be like. Because, for example, um, in our laws and the Heavenly Father's laws, right, if a man commit adultery with another man's wife, the penalty is death for both the man and the woman. In this society, if a man commits adultery with another man's wife, and then that said man, take vengeance on himself and put both of them to death, you go to jail. Or in certain states, you get put to death for handling something that the Lord tells you to do. So this, when it comes to justice and when it comes to judgment, this place is very, it's the opposite of what it says, what justice is, right? So this whole woman being blinded and not can't see, um, can't see who to judge. Wherever, if ever you go off, you will be judged. The whole book um, is going to be thrown at you. But in cases, in millions of cases, you see um, where you see people commit certain crimes, and due to the fact that they have a status in society, the book, all of a sudden, this woman takes off her blinders, and now she can see, and then this person let off. But that's not the case with our laws, statutes, and commandments. So this society is pretty much flawed when it comes to justice, right? When you go to uh, what's Colossians, Colossians, I think the third chapter and the 25th verse, right? The last verse says here, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. There is no respect of persons. This is when it comes to the Lord. Okay? When it comes to the Lord, there's no respect of persons. This only applies to Yahweh Shem Shai and his laws, not this society's laws where it pretends as if it doesn't see who's committing the crime. Because if that's the case, everyone in the society that has a high status name, whether it be political or financial, they should all be penalized, right? The drugs that's being brought into this country so that you people can feed your addiction, those people should be penalized, right? Um, this the crime that's being committed by the gun being put on the street and put in Jake's neighborhoods, they should be penalized, right? And amongst other things, when it comes to abuse of children, right? Um, a lot of people of high status are indulging in abusing children. All of a sudden, this woman takes off her blinders and she lets those people off. Check this guy out. This guy, this man right here. You know what he does? You know what he did? This guy is probably worse than Jeffrey Epstein, and he's in jail right now. But um, he he's being taken care of. If it's our law, he's supposed to be a dead man. right? And if it's Lady Justice, if this wasn't flawed, this guy would have been taken care of a long time ago, right? And he's seeking bail as he appeals his sexual assault conviction in Toronto. So this guy's seeking bail for you know what, he had an island, I think, somewhere over there in Belize, where he was pretty much using stem cells. Where do you get stem cells from? Aborted fetuses, right? He was using stem cells, putting into his body. He was using black women's bodies, right? Who knows what else he was doing on that island, right? Sexual assault conviction. This man has been doing all manner of wickedness, man. The court filing also argued that Nagar 11-year sentence of excessive considering the 83-year-old severe frailty. So that's what I'm talking about. This system is flawed. It doesn't matter if this man is old or not. When he was young, he committed all these things, right? So now he's old and frail. Now you want to have mercy on him. You can't do that, right? He's a sexual predator, former a fashion mogul sentenced to only 11 years in prison, and now he's appealing. Look at what they're doing to Puffy. This guy was worse than Puffy, or PDD, whatever you want to call him. Puffy never had no islands where he used dead babies for fetuses. This man was only into so-called sexual orgies, which is legal in these times, right? But now look at what the system's doing to him. But Peter Nygard, who raped multiple women, right? Kidnapped multiple women, and nothing's being done. They just give him an 11-year sentence, and now he's appealing. Okay, this man's been doing this since the mid '80s. Nygaard was convicted of 4 counts of sexual assault last year after multiple women came forward with allegations during dating from the 1980s until the mid 2000s. So this man has been at it for years, right? Even though he was sentenced to 11 years, the trial judge said Nygaard's time behind bars um, would work out to a little less than 7 years after accounting um, for time already spent in custody. So you see, this system is not what it says it's supposed to be. Right? Blind justice. This doesn't work. It's only blind to certain people. When it comes to minorities, then it's blinded. But when it comes to other people, right, the Edomites, the blinders comes off. Okay, let's get Revelation 6. And that also is a representation of judgment. That's supposed to be a representation of judgment, but um, it only applies to you Jakes, right? Where is it? Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, right, which is the third animal, right? Come and see. It's like, yeah, it's a beast. What am I talking about, man? The angels. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Right? The pair of balances represents judgment. Okay, and also represents captivity for the nations. And right now, in this time, this represents it's a representation of captivity for us, right? Because we are the ones that's in captivity right now, right? But it's also the captivity of Edom, because after their kingdom is done, right, they're gonna go into captivity. But the pair of balances is supposed to represent judgment. But this judgment is not that Lady Justice has here. It's not for everyone. This is for only for you Jakes, man. So when the Lord comes back, this pair of balances that the angel is holding in his hand, it's a judgment of everyone, but it's an extension of Esau's judgment. Okay? Yes, this kingdom is gonna be destroyed, right? And it comes with a judgment, but that's a righteous judgment. This is a wicked judgment, right? So this pair of balance and this pair of balance are two different pair of balances. The one that the angel is holding up, it's a righteous judgment, right? This one that Lady Justice is holding up is a flawed judgment. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you think about our laws. This is the right way, and this is the way that's biased, right? Because when it comes to our laws, when you go into the law, when you go into Deuteronomy, let's say laws. When you go into Deuteronomy laws, these are the laws, right? Deuteronomy Law Code, Deuteronomy 12 and 6, only essential sanctuary prohibition, sacrifices. There's laws on everything, right? Let's type in laws of judgment. Laws of judgment in the Bible, right? Let's see what comes up. Judge not that you be judged. That's Matthew 7. We don't want that one. Romans 2. Okay. It's Old Testament. Deuteronomy 1. You shall not respect of persons. Right, so this is another one. 1 and 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of of man, for the judgment of gods, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So you hear that? That's how it's supposed to be done, not how this society is carrying out judgment. Right? A man murder another man, you have him in jail with a bunch of other men doing sexual things. When a man murder another man, his life is supposed to be taken. Okay? So there's, it's all wickedness when it comes down to it. It comes down to money. That's not how you judge. You take a man do something to a little child, he's supposed to be put to death, right? A man have sex with another man's wife, he if it's consensual between him and the other woman, he's supposed to be put to death, right? You're not supposed to eat certain foods. You're not supposed to commit certain lewd acts. Okay, that's judgment. This judgment is flawed. This judgment right here, Revelation, Revelation 6. Let me see, verse 5, right? Let me see. There's an image of a pair of balance. I should have brought this out in the first place, right? This is the righteous pair of balance, right? The beast with the pair of balance is the angel, right? This is the real judgment, the lady justice. That's a flawed judgment. This is judgment because the Lord is not partial when he's judging men, right? Shalom.